So what are we looking at here today?
Well, this is 1948 Chevy coupe that I've chopped and channeled. I've channeled it 4 inches down over an 88 Chevy police car frame.
All right. What can you give us a brief history on the car?
Well, the car was originally out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. In the 50s, and late 50s and early 60s, it ran around Pittsburgh. From what I was told, it was black with a flame job. I picked the car up first time in 1985 for $800 and drove it home. It had a 250 Chevy Camaro 6-cylinder with an automatic transmission and a 57 Chevy rear end at that time. And the whole car was this color red. I remember when the guy said $800, I said, you mean $2,800? He said, no, I want $800 for it. He said, I need to make a house payment, I need to make it quick. And I said, I'll be back within an hour with the money. One of the few cars I ever bought without talking anybody down in price.
What's your goal with this car? What exactly are you building here?
Well, one, I want to build a hot rod. Two, I want to build, it's going to be a multi-function car, a hot rod that I hope to get to the Ohio Mile with, and maybe someday before they throw dirt on me, I'll make it to the Bonneville Salt Flats in it. Not to set any records, just so I know I've been there.
All right. And what are your plans with the build? What kind of steps are you taking here with this car?
Well, actually, I have quite a bit of work done on the car right now. Like I said earlier, I have it chopped top and channeled 4 inches down over an 88 Chevy police car frame. I actually chopped the top 3 3/4 inches in the front and 3 inches in the rear, which brought everything down the side of it in like a pie-shaped kind of chop, which made it a little bit more difficult than a normal chop. I've eliminated the drip rails, eliminated the cowl vent, number of holes right here where the chrome strips fit. The rear fenders have been molded to the body. The holes, I have more holes in this car than one could imagine. The holes originally started when I was looking at this. I was at the drag strip one day and I was watching the 57 Chevy go, and about the 3/4 mark, the air was pushing his doors in. And I realized at that point that this door extension would be working as an air brake against me. So I put some holes in it, as you see here, which in turn started a whole series of holes everywhere in this car. One, I think it looks good, and two, it lightens the car up.
So you initially started putting holes in the fender there to allow the air through so it wouldn't act as an air brake while you're going down the strip.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes
Then
sense.
I realized holes made it lighter. So I continued on with the holes, even through the door. The dash is laying in the back there. It has 11 holes cut into it.
Just how many holes do you think you have in this car?
I have lost count.
Do you have any idea how much weight you've saved by cutting all the holes?
No, but I'm hoping an awful lot. If you like to pan it back here, I'll give you an idea how many holes are in the trunk.
Wow. That's quite a few. Have you lost any structural support by doing that?
I don't believe I have. I even have some holes drilled into some of the factory structural support areas, and I don't feel I've lost any. And anything I would have welded up in some other way.
Okay. What can you tell us about these white walls you got on here?
Oh, those white walls, there was a couple of old white leather tires I had laying around. And I watched a couple guys on YouTube take and make white walls. So I went outside and got my grinder out and made myself a set of white walls.
So you made them yourself?
I did. Those are 56 old spinner caps on there. I did some work for a friend on his 57 Chevy, and he asked me what I wanted, and I said those spinner caps. He wasn't happy, but I left with the hubcaps.
Huh. Now I noticed this slot in the rear fender area here. What can you tell us about this?
Well, hopefully that'll do more than just look good. I'm hoping too that'll help blow the smoke out. And three, I think I've channeled it so much that I may have to mount the radiator in the trunk lid area, or the trunk bay area. And I'm thinking I may have to pull air in through those to help cool the car.
So you're going to use those possibly as air ducts to keep your radiator cool?
That's kind of what I'm thinking, yeah. I'm also thinking about putting a stepper motor on the front of my trunk lid, so I could hit a switch on the dash and have it come up 2 or 3 inches. So when I'm running down the highway, as the air passes over the car, I can pull it in to help cool the radiator.
I see.
Cool the fluid.
Right, right. Ah, that's pretty interesting.
That may or may not work. I don't know at this time.
All right.
As
Well,
you can see, the deck lid has been decked. I've taken all the animals off and filled them in. You can see this mark right here. This header fell off the wall and hit my deck lid. Cost me work. The rear fenders have been molded.
what exactly is that for all those of us that don't know what molding
Well,
is?
when these cars left the factory, 48 was actually the last year for this. I could have unbolted this fender and took it off the car and replaced it with another fender. But one of the hot rod tricks was to weld your fender and mold it into the car, which is what I did.
I see.
The gas tank fill neck used to be right here.
You eliminated that,
I
smoothed
eliminated
that as well.
I have a tank that goes into the trunk. I'll have to open the trunk up or take the trunk lid off to put fuel in the vehicle.
All right. Is there anything on the other side of the car you want to show us?
I'll give you a shot from the inside here. Pretty much the same thing on this side. Holes across the bottom in the rockers to help save weight. Again, holes up the door. Holes through the inside. And as you can see, it's been setting for a long time. Holes in the front end. When we tip the front end forward here in a minute, I'll show you some more holes.
What motor and tranny you plan on putting in this?
Well, I have a couple options there. Under the bench, under the steps behind you, I have a 383 stroker, and I have a Borg Warner Super T10 4-speed. I also have a couple 350s laying around here, and I have a built to the hilt turbo 400 that I might put in here. Or it may be a 4-speed one day with a 383 stroker, or it may be a 350 automatic the next day. The idea is tilt the front end forward just to make it easier to change the motor.
You built this yourself as well?
I did. I haven't got this all worked out yet. I think I need to put a little heavier structural, or a little heavier square tubing in front of this.
How
Again,
exactly?
you can see more holes to help lighten the car.
Do you have any idea how fast this thing might or might not go?
If it doesn't scare the hell out of me, it ain't going fast enough.
Really interesting project you have here.
As you can see from panning in on the front here, you can see all the 88 Chevy police car or Impala frame or Caprice frame. I've located the engine mounts back 8 inches to set the motor back.
Can you show us the fuel tank you have sitting over there for
Right,
this?
I can. Maybe this will be something in front. The moon tank that all hot rods must have to be a hot rod.
All right. Anything else we need to know about this project you're building here?
It's taken me an awful long time. But there it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep you updated on future posts as he continues the build of this car. Please feel free to email or comment or ask any questions. Thank you very much.